Welcome to the Estonian Cricket Weekly. I am Ragne Hallik. Before we start, don't forget to like the video, subscribe and share it with your friends to help us spread Estonian cricket to the world. This week was massive with the Men's Indoor Division 1, Women's Indoor League and Junior Pair League all in action, plus the start of the new Men's Introduction to Cricket program. Let's start with the men's games. First up was the repeat of the forfeited Division 1 match between Tallinn Riders and Tallinn Strikers from last weekend. Unfortunately, once again the Strikers had to forfeit. This confirms them finishing in the last place in Division 1. Next was the Division 1 clash between Riders and United. Riders elected to bowl and started strongly, taking early wickets and restricting the first pair to just 9 runs. Pair 2 of Avi and Santos hit back for United with 47 and that set the tone for the rest of the innings. Nand and Anurag scored 43 for the third pair, followed by a massive 53 from pair 4 of Hamza and Ayush to take the final score to 152. Best batter for United was Anurag with 23 runs. Best bowler for Riders was Nazmul, who picked up 4 wickets for just 12 runs. Riders' chase started strongly, with pair 1 losing early wickets and only scoring 8. Pair 2, Vinod and Kush, did better, scoring 26, followed by Anand and Risham scoring 21 and leaving Riders needing 98 from the final pair to win. The final pair could only manage 15 runs. Riders finished on 70, giving United an 81-run victory. Best batter for Riders was Vinod with 6 runs. Best bowler for United was Ayush with 2 for 18. Player of the match was Hamza with 22 runs, 1 wicket and 3 run-outs. First week in the spring edition of the Women's Indoor League saw a double-header between Tiskre Penguins and Tallinna Kriketiklubi.
In Game 1, Tallinna batted first and got off to a fantastic start, with pair 1 of Lisa and Svetla scoring 26. Penguins hit back, restricting pair 2, Natalia and Yulia, to 8 runs. The final pair, Natalia and Fatima, added 9, taking the Tallinna total to 43. Best batter for Tallinna was Lisa with 18 runs. The best bowler for Penguins was Geetma with 1 for 10. The Penguins' chase was steady and consistent. Pair 1, Beamish and Lima, scored 20. Pair 2 of Ritika and Sidra was sensational, hitting 35 runs. Geetma and Shamali finished strongly, hitting 24 for the final pair, and taking Penguins to 79 for a 36-run victory. Best batter for Penguins was Ritika with 13 runs. Best bowler for Tallinna was Natali with 1 for 14. Player of the match was Geetma for her 4 runs and 1 wicket. In Game 2, Tallinna decided to bowl first and were on fire early. Pair 1 were held to -1 thanks to fantastic bowling from Lisa and Natali. And pair 2 were also restricted to -1 with more great bowling from Svetla and Ragne, backed up by excellent fielding. Penguins were on -2 heading into the final pair, but their innings was saved by captain Geetma, who combined well with Shamali to score 32 runs to take the total to 30. Best batting for Penguins was Shamali with 10 runs. Best bowling for Tallinna was Natali with 2 for 10. Defending such a small total would need a huge effort from the Penguins with the ball, and they managed that from the start, restricting pair 1 to just 3. Penguins applied even more pressure to pair 2, with captain Geetma taking the first ever hat-trick in Estonian women's cricket. Congratulations, Geetma. Lisa and Svetla were only able to add 1 run. Tallinna needed 27 from the final pair of Ragne and Fatima, but despite some good batting, they could only manage 10, with Tallinna finishing on 14 and Penguins securing a 16-run win. Best batter for Tallinna was Lisa with 10 runs. Best bowler for Penguins was Geetma with 3 for 10. Player of the match was Shamali for her 10 runs, 2 for 6 and 3 catches.
After a successful non-stop cricket league held in February, our junior teams have made the step up to pair cricket. They will be playing every Sunday until March 26th.
Our first game of pairs cricket saw Team Hundred batting first. Pair 1 of Robert and Gustav, who both batted well, scored 12 runs. Pair 2, Oliver and Chris, lost a wicket early, but came back strongly to score 14 and take the Hundred total to 26. Best batter for Hundred was Chris, who scored 7 runs. Best bowler for Karud was Tanmay with 1 wicket. Pair 1 for Karud, Shazane and Binara, lost 1 wicket, but still managed the highest pair total for the day with 16. Pair 2 needed to score 10 runs for victory, but the Hundred bowlers were excellent, with Chris and Oliver both picking up wickets and restricting the pair score to just 1. Karud finished on 17, giving Hundred a 9-run win. Best batter for Karud was Binara with 10 runs. Best bowler for Hundred was Chris with 2 wickets. Chris was also player of the match.
I'm now joined by EKL Operations Manager Terry O'Connor with his tips for this weekend's matches. Welcome, Terry.
Thank you, Ragne.
So, who do you think will win this weekend's men's league games?
This week, Tartu Cricket Club travel up to Tallinn for 2 matches in the Men's Indoor League Division 2. Their first game is against current league leaders Viking Stars, who are undefeated and have already secured a place in the final. Tartu are currently bottom of the league, with only 1 win to their name. I think they'll find it tough against Vikings, as they have struggled to put together competitive totals in most games. Viking Stars to win. For their second game, Tartu play Mustama Bulls. Victory this week should guarantee Bulls a place in the final. The last time these two met, Bulls were winners by 184 runs. In that game, Tartu lost 19 wickets, and they'll need to reduce that to single figures to have any chance. I think this match will be closer than the previous. However, I do think Bulls will be too strong, so I'm tipping them to win.
And what about the Women's League?
This week again we have a double-header featuring Tallinna and Penguins. Both teams showed last week that they have some really good fielding, and all batters will have to avoid going aerial. Tallinna should be boosted by the return of Liina Surmas. Her bowling in particular will be very effective for them, reducing the extras. Penguins showed a lot of talent last week, especially to win the second game after being held to such a low total. But if Tallinna can manage to bat the way they did in Game 1, and bowl and field in the way they did in Game 2, they will be able to get a win. I'm tipping each team to win 1 game.
This Sunday at 1 p.m, our Introduction to Cricket program for men and boys ages 13 and up will continue. This is week 2 of a 4-week course. If you are interested in joining this program, contact development@estoniancricket.com. In April, we have a couple of training courses available. On the 15th, there is an ECB ACO Umpire Stage 2 course. And on the 29th, there will be an ECB ACO Introduction to Scoring course. Both are in Tallinn, and if you are interested in either course, contact operations@estoniancricket.com. At the end of every episode, I will teach you how we say a cricket term in Estonian. In honor of our first women's hat-trick, this week's word is for hat-trick. Kübaratrikk. Hat-trick in Estonian is kübaratrikk. Aitäh vaatamast ja kohtume järgmisel nädalal. Thanks to our sponsors, HML Project Management, Nordcom Beton and Sportbet.io for their continued support of cricket in Estonia.